thought-provoking.
Hello, everyone out there in digital world and everyone here in the physical world at Leapin' Lizards in Hilliard, Ohio. Welcome back to a great edition of Phygital Nights, where we start the evening with a podcast by yours truly, Buster Chestnut. And then we have a 3-comedian showcase with, some local comedians. Sometimes we bring in some talent from out of town. Look forward to some of the later shows coming up in May. We'll be posting some of those flyers as soon as we can. All right. So let's just go ahead and get started with the podcast. I do have a special portion of the podcast this evening that hopefully we can get it to work. If not, it's a proof of concept, and we're gonna move on from it. So it has been a week. Currently, I'm at the stage of the month where I feel like the banking apps are literally yelling at me when I open them. Just red numbers screaming, "Buster, stop, put the phone down." I got bills due, so what do? I hit the pavement. I went out to Grove City Card Fest on Sunday. It was a massive sports card show, 2 gyms at a high school. Big shout out to Card Collector 2, Ryan Johnson and Brad Beeman for putting on a killer event like they always do. They are not a sponsor, but there is a pretty cool show coming up down at the convention center at the end of June. So check that out if you're interested in cards. But yeah, normally for these shows, I go there for pleasure. I mean, not weird pleasure. Whoa. For pleasure to look at cards, purchase cool things, whatever. But no, not this time. I was there on business. So, I was out here hustling out of necessity. I ended up moving about 25 cards, and I brought home about $200. Hey, it keeps the lights on. So while I was grinding, I ran into this guy. His name's Big Tom. He's the occasional 4th co-host of this podcast that I follow. It's called No Bangers Sports Card Podcast. But Big Tom, if you're watching, what's up, man? Anyway, it was great to meet you. I'm actually working behind the scenes right now to potentially set up a remote interview with some of the rest of the No Bangers crew. So hopefully the remote, interview works this evening so that can make that work later on. So I did want to do a real quick, big thank you to our patron of the arts executive producer, Steve Merrick. Hold on real quick. We're going to do a big cheers to Steve. All right, here. 1, 2, 3 to Steve. All right, so Steve has this, you can't see it out there, but I'm not going to move around and move. But Steve has a special table right up front for whenever he can make it here. So, all right, he lives 3 hours away. So currently we're on a mission to find a hotel close, and we need to get him down here in person so we can set him up in his VIP seats for a real Phygital Nights experience. So hopefully we can get him down here, and maybe I'll drag him on the podcast and see why the hell he wants to support a guy like Buster Chestnut. But anyway, Steve, we appreciate you. And thank you for renewing your Kingdom of Elon sponsorship. It's a joke. If you want to check out the little logo he put together, it might bring something to it. So, all right. So speaking of hustling, we are going to open some cards. So it's time to do some breaks. So this week is a massive week in hoops. All right, the NBA playoffs, they're in their second round. But more importantly, for me at least, the WNBA regular season tips off this coming weekend. Who's excited about that? All right. We got a little bit of support out there. But I'll probably be watching that. I think games tip off on the 8th, maybe. So I'll be glued to my TV on that. So to celebrate the hardwood, I couldn't pick just one. So because you can't just pick one when you go to a card shop. I might need your assistance, Michael. Just to make sure. All right. So, and make sure that I got the double screen. Do I have the dual screen on there? Okay. So we have a 2024 2025 Bowman Chrome U basketball, which we're chasing like Juju Watkins, Cooper Flags, all those people. But I saw the new hotness. Bowman 2025-26, which is a little bit different. All right. It's a little bit different. It's mainly a paper product. This is chrome, so it's like like the plasticky cards, like the fancy shiny cards. This is mostly paper cards, but there are autographs of the NBA players. There are autographs of both men's and women's college basketball players, including future stars, probably future top draft picks in the WNBA and probably NBA draft. So we're going to start with the old school to see if we can pull like a Juju Watkins autograph or, something fun like that. Can anybody see if any other camera people have come into this chat? I just want to check it just real quick, just glance. And you'll be able to see the other person if there's another person. He's probably not. All right, cool. All right, so all right, out of these, if I pull a Juju Watkins or a Hannah Hidalgo, that's going straight into my personal collection. But anything else might be fair game. So let me know if anybody's interested. I also wanted to let people know I do have some cards for sale. I have some comedian cards for sale from the performers that performed for me during the first quarter of 2026. 1 through 28. You can get a pack of those for $40. Or, if you're sweet to me, maybe I can knock off a couple bucks for that. But it's high quality stuff. I also have t-shirts. One says Bailey Digital Media, which isn't as fun. But on the back, it says, hi, how are you? Can I get some call and response? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Okay, so enough of that. But I also have a Buster Chestnut Cards shirt with a Buster and number 13 on the back, replicating my awesome jersey that I got made. And those t-shirts are $30 a piece or 2 for $50. So come holler at your boy if you need it. Cards are, make a stack, whatever. Let's talk. I mean, I'm hurting for money, so I mean, $5 probably might work depending on the card. So, all right. So I'm gonna set my note cards down, and I'm gonna start ripping, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my week. All right, Bar's choice. Do we go the fresh hotness first and the old stuff second, or do we go old stuff first, new hotness last? Yeah. Fresh hotness first. First? All right. I like your style, Joel. Hey, it's not a knife, it's a utility. It's a tool. It's a tool, just like me at about 11:30. I don't usually travel through the airport, and I don't take it when I go in the airport. But when I do, I'm usually traveling Allegiant Air and going to Crimson Sunset Rentals, which you should check them out on Airbnb. There may be an advertisement sponsorship there. Just saying. Anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just because this is going to be boring otherwise, I am going to open all these packs and just talk, and then we're going to go through all of them real quick. Great take. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm showing my age there. Is anybody familiar with that? Yeah, tastes great, less filling? Or am I the only old in the bar? Michael's just ignoring me. By the way, everybody give a big round of applause for Michael for letting me do these stupid things here every Tuesday night. For me and for you. And for you and you and you and yeah. But, so this week, like I said, I'm going broke. Got that $200 at the card shop or card show, which added to the card business. Which I thought that was a Cooper flag just staring at me there. I didn't mean to cheat, but I am looking at all the cards as I'm opening them because I don't want to damage anything. We got to keep things in pristine condition. What's up with everything needing to be pristine? Like, I don't know. I bought a car recently. It's definitely not pristine. It gets me from A to B. Can fit, at least my gear that I brought here tonight, which is a ton of stuff. So, sorry, guys. I did kind of crowd the food table tonight. I did not plan ahead. By the way, I don't know if I said this on stream. I know I said it to the bar, but happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't celebrate. But for those that do, here's some brown liquor. I don't know. I'm drinking bourbon because it's tasty and I like it. Okay, so I finally got the new hotness unveiled. And anything good, I'm going to put right here on this star. Michael, am I still good on the star? Michael, am I still good on the star? All right. If anybody recognizes any of these names, holler so I know if they're good or not. All right. Peyton Watson, Khalil Ware, Jordan Clarkson, Ron Holland II, Matas Buzilla. I don't know that guy. This is a rookie. It's called Greatness Loading. Neek Clifford. Anybody familiar with Neek Clifford? All right. Bub Carrington. Laura Samfai? I don't know. Devin McLaughlin. That's a fun name. Braden Burries? Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Emmanuel Quickly. Saloon? Yeah, I've heard of him, but he's not anything special. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm horrible with names, by the way, and I am probably going to screw your name up again. Just fair warning, because I'm going through all these names, and I'm like, it's fucking with me. I'm sorry. Anyway, Russell Westbrook, Jalen Wilson. Oh, we got a chrome. Emily Skinner. I hate Duke. Could care less about that person, but somebody out there maybe like them. Norman Powell. Trey Kaufman, Wren, Darren Williams. Yeah, no. Oh, we got a Juju Watkins. She is a baller. She's still out, though, from last year's tournament. She had a horrible knee injury. All right, Derek White, Patrick Williams, Kyle Flipakowski. I don't know. Dylan Harper. That's a good one. Dylan Harper rookie, but then followed by a Brandon Garrison out of Kentucky, Reptilian. Hopefully that looks good on the stream. My streaming counterpart is too busy chatting over there, Michael. All right, Azur Thompson, he was a good rookie a couple years ago. Nate Ament, Sean Abave, Nate Biddle, Liam McNeely, yeah, Sabonis, Kobe Brea, Kevin Durant, who's probably not going to be on the Rockets next year. All right, Derek Queen, that's a decent one. All right, what else we got? Ooh. All right, I'm going to set these base cards down real quick. All right, we have an insert that I actually really like these inserts. It's called a Young Kings. I ripped a box yesterday. I think I posted that video on Buster Chestnut's YouTube channel where I pulled a LeBron Young Kings, where he's in his Cavaliers uniform. Looks pretty dope. Sorry. Anyway, check out that Ray Allen. That's pretty sweet. I wanted to admire it. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. All right. Darius Garland on the chrome. I'm going to set that aside. Not necessarily a hit, but local guy, so we like it. All right, Jalen Lowe, Mikael Brown Jr., Toby Awaka, Jordan Poole, Devin Carter, Igor Demon, Zagetti, or Edie. I don't know. I can't remember. All right, Yankic. I'm not trying that one. All right, verified. We got a Ryan Conwell out of Louisville. I got a Sienna Betts earlier, or when I ripped that box for the Buster Chestnut channel. And Sienna Betts, if you're unfamiliar, is Lauren Betts' little sister, who was part of the UCLA National Championships team. All right, Derek Lively, Donald Hand Jr., Zaya Dennis, Devin McLaughlin again, Chad Holmgren, yeah, Thomas Silver, Steph Curry, Kyrie. Oh, I got another reptilian. All right, Jace Richardson. It's nobody I've ever heard of. John Tonje. I think getting two reptilians in the same box is pretty cool. All right, Mark Williams, Devon Hanna, Derek Dixon, and Jeremiah Wilkinson out of Georgia. So not the greatest box, but we're going to go back in time. Calling Michael. Michael to the soundboard. Michael. Can you see? Has he joined? No. Has he joined there? That was just how I got your attention. Okay, cool. Just keep a glance out there. Watch for the pop up. Yep. And then we'll switch the scene. And pretty much got you. I got the card. Yep. And then. Yep. Cool. All right. So we are going back. We're going back to college. Is anybody here in college? I mean, they're all right. We do have some college people. I know who waved their hand. So, I mean, congratulations. I support you. Don't do college the way I did it because you're probably way too old for that, brother. All right, so we keep going. And once again, I'm going to keep talking while I open all these and stack them up, and then we'll just go through them real quick like we did the last batch because that seemed to work pretty good. Unless, we pull an autograph and I get to, like, dance and be like, look at you guys. You didn't show up. But speaking of showing up, thank you to anybody that has come and signed up for the open mic. We appreciate you. I don't know. There may be like one person, but I know at least one person has signed up. We have somebody on their way. I don't have my phone on me, so I don't know if they're en route or whatever. But I think that's it. So definitely check out Steve's table. You'll know it by the sweet table tents. That is where the open mic sign up is. And I better not catch anybody sitting there unless Steve approved it. I can call him, he probably approve it real quick, but just saying. That is Steve's table. If you want that table, I mean, it seems like the worst table, but it's not. Because my comedians may. Oh, all right. So we have at least 2 open mic contestants coming up, so that's cool. You have to officially sign up because I didn't get a chance to sign you up. FYI, person that just walked in the room. All right, so this is the last pack. I'm actually going to put this at the bottom, just, for the last pack magic. Anybody familiar with that? Do we have any card collectors or rippers or degens like myself out there? All right. Well, everybody should start being degenerate and opening cards again. Or at least buying singles from Buster Chestnut Cards. Follow along. All right, so I'm going to do... Jesus. All right. So there's some names I can get perfect. All right. This one needs no introduction. Boogie Flan. Is there any Boogie Flan fans out there? All right. Dame Sar. Liam McNeely. Kayla Heckle. Sarah Strong. She's going to be really good. She's plays for UConn. That is an excellent pull. All right. And we keep going. Jalil Bettina. I don't know who that is, but it's a black refractor. It's pretty cool. Oh. And then next up, just to rub it into Michael, who is that Team Up North grad. Here is a Buckeye, Michi Johnson. On the Bowen first. All right. Simon Wilshire. Jeremy Fears. Oh, we have a backwards car. Liam McNeely. Ooh, I think it's just a refractor, but it's shiny and cool. Anybody on the... Does it... Can you see it? We love the refractors around here. All right. Diamond Johnson, which is what I called my junk in high school. Johnny Rome, Xavier Booker, Kylan Boswell, don't know who that is. Dylan Harper, all right. We like Dylan Harper's, especially in the black wave refractors. All right. Steel Venters, that's a sweet name. I feel like that dude needs to be a movie star. All right, Langston Love, got the alliteration. One of my favorite WNBA players, Sonia Citron. No, I mean, Caitlin Clark just gets hurt a bunch. All right, Liam McNeely on the X-Fractor insert college rule playbook. That's at least shiny and fun. All right, Cannon Catchings. Cannon Catchings? Who the hell names your kid Cannon Catchings? That sounds horrible. Should be an Acme, Looney Tune character or something, man. All right. Clifford. Oh, Jesus. Omarai? Omarai. All right. Oh! Mr. Rookie of the Year. I've actually pulled one of these already and sold it for $50 down in Tampa. Cooper Flag on the black wave refractor. All right. Jordan Lee. Hannah Hidalgo. All right. This Bowman Chrome U is hidden. Hannah Hidalgo. All right. Deshaun Harris Smith. Deron Reed. John Bowl. And you're going to see it before I do. Zade Lowry on the, I can't see which, purple lava, maybe. I don't see it numbered, but it looks cool. All right, and that's our rip. So it's been a rough week, having the Bills coming up. But, like having some wins at the card show, and having my friend Steve, once again, cheers up to Steve. Hopefully we can get you here. We need to find some hotels in the area. If anybody has a good hotel really, really close, let me know so we can get Steve here. All right, I need to check on my guest just one moment. All right, hey Michael, can I get your services just for a moment? I sent a text to say to the person to just join, so please keep an eye out to see if they join, and then what? All right. Hey, keep it your show, dude. Hey, wait, let's go back to the original camera set. All right, can you do that? All right, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. All right. Sorry, I am being unprofessional and texting on my phone while I'm in front of a microphone. I apologize. I'm just gonna say we're gonna test the interview later, and while I'm doing this, do we have any brave volunteers? All right. No. Well, I'm gonna pick somebody then. A quick interview. I was supposed to interview somebody remotely, but he's 8 to 10 minutes out, and I'm not waiting for that. Who said that? Brandon, come on down. Man. All right. Because it probably is illegal. I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink. Cool. All right. So we can be awkward, or I can try and get my wireless mics out, which might take a couple minutes. We're gonna be awkward, right? I mean, we like you. We like you. All right. Okay, so our remote guest was having some issues getting connected, so we are no, don't fuck that guy. If that's your prerogative, you can. I don't know if he would be into that though. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna. All right, so our guest today is Brendan Ridge. If I didn't know, Brendan Ridge comedy if you're looking in social media. Yeah. So the Spark Notes version. All right, we're just gonna jump into this so we can keep things moving. And I'll say the question and walk away and you answer it. All right. So the Spark Notes version. What is the most brutal, embarrassing, bad break the universe has ever handed you? Whether it be, on the stage or, doing one of your million jobs that you have. How did you hustle your way out of that ditch?
So yes, great question by Buster Chestnut. A bad break I've had is my hairline. Okay, I never asked for this, but every day I wake up and I confront it in the mirror like a real man. Okay, amen. Thank you. All right.
I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, I don't really have that problem. I mean, I can trim mine up and we can just glue it on your head if you want. All right. Okay, so we're gonna flip the script. As one of my intros or outros says, I can't remember which. So, all right, what is a tiny good break that you caught on early, like a sudden open mic spot or a cancellation that opened a door or a random introduction that ended up being a massive game changer for you?
So a tiny break that ended up being a massive game changer is, believe it or not, being nice to people. Whoa, not normal in human society. All right, you're encouraging to others and they're nice to you back. Just a little cheat code in life. You're welcome.
Once again, good answer. Good answer. All right, we appreciate you, man, and thank you for coming up here at short notice. And making it out to Phygital Nights here in person for the open mic. All right. So, all right. So, what is the this is the wild card question. What is the absolute most toxic, terrible piece of advice that you've ever given someone that somehow miraculously actually worked out for the best? Because we all know that happens.
So the most toxic piece of advice I've ever gave somebody is be yourself. Just don't do it. All right, no one trusts it. That is all. All right, thank you.
I mean, if you're weird as shit like me, that is some horrible advice there. All right. So we don't really know each other. We've hung out a few times. Most of the time you've been working, but a few times. So just, without knowing me, we're trapped in a car in a cross-country comedy tour, which, I mean, could happen someday. The radio is dead. The AC is busted. What is one exact topic of conversation that guarantees we won't end up leaving each other for dead on the side of the highway?
I think we just sing My Girl over and over until one of us dies. That's it, yeah. For sure.
It's a personal question, but are you allergic to bees?
No.
That's going to be a really slow death then, because neither am I. If you're not familiar with that that movie, Grow Up, and or go back and watch it. I'm sure it's free somewhere. All right.
Oh, you're talking about the movie My Girl. That's a heart cruncher.
I know, right? I know. But I had to fuck with people. All right. So I believe that's all the time we have. We've been kind of running. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody give a hand for Brendan. Hopefully we're going to hear some of his comedy a little bit later. Once again, sign up for the open mic. It's up here on Steve's table because Steve's an awesome guy. All right. All right. So real quick, I am going to make one last plug. You still have time to get here. If you're in anywhere in the central Ohio area, probably within or, the just outskirts of 270, you can still get here live in Hilliard, Ohio, off Cemetery Road at Leapin' Lizards. We got drinks flowing by Sammy. Reminder to tip Sammy. She does a great job here. We have some food if you want to, have some festivities for Cinco de Mayo. So yeah, come sign up. We need some people on the open mic. And in the future, I might be giving away some prizes, but it might just be you got to show up and find out what the prize is. Because we don't need to broadcast everything around here, right? All right, so if you're not here, be here. Come out, have a drink. Witness this next week if you want. Catch a break. Good or bad. Cards or not. All right. So, all right, real quick. Mouth your last name. Doumbouya. All right. So, we are going to bring our next comic, or our first comic, sorry. Sorry. All right. So, if your drinks are empty, something is going completely wrong. See Sammy, have her fill up your drink. Make sure you tip her heavily and treat her like she's the only thing standing between you and a total nervous breakdown tonight. Because, let's be honest, she is. Our opening act operates on a completely different, slightly unhinged frequency. You might have heard him as a wildly cynical guest spot on the podcast Just the Essentials a few months back. You've seen him out here absolutely tearing up the Columbus scene. He's notoriously documented around the city as the John Wick of hopelessness, and for good reason. He brings a wild, rapid-fire perspective that is guaranteed to immediately set the room on fire and systematically dismantle whatever tiny shred of optimism you had walked in here with. Shake off the Tuesday blues, get your heads right, and make some noise. Kick off the night with Christian Doumbouya, right? Close. I got my head at the end. Damn it. Thank you, brother.
Oh, while I'm up here. Okay, all right, yeah. No worries. Yeah. Guys, give it for Buster Chestnut. Yeah. I love Buster. I still don't know his real name though, I'm not gonna lie. He told me it once, but I immediately forgot because Buster Chestnut just took over. Yeah, no, Buster Chestnut. Like, if you tell me like your stage persona before your real name and your stage name is Buster Chestnut, that's what I'm remembering. Like, I'm not. If your name's like John, I'm not remembering that. All right. Somebody said that somebody took a dump earlier in the bathroom, which was wild. On Cinco de Mayo. I had tacos 2 times today. Not a good idea. Before you go on stage, definitely not at all. It's interesting, Buster, you're like coming up with the cars and everything like that. I'm in 2 fantasy football leagues. I'm in a fantasy football league with all white guys, another fantasy football league with all black guys. And one of them feels really, really wrong, and the other one feels really, really gay, or both. I'm not really sure, honestly. It's just weird that we're like saying, like, we're like, oh, like, let's draft this 6'6" black dude with, shredded 8-pack. Like, what are we doing here? Can we like sit back in reality real quick and like step back from this? Can we? All right, it feels wrong. It feels interesting. I left the white one. I had to. It felt wrong. It felt like I was doing my people dirty. My last name is Doumbouya. Some people find it hard to pronounce. I don't think it's too hard. In the past, I told my boss, I was like, my name is Doumbouya. And he was like, jambalaya. I was like, is that as close as you could get? I feel like that wasn't that hard. You just said the blackest thing that you knew. That was not, jambalaya does taste good, but maybe if it was Mardi Gras, okay? Maybe if it was Mardi Gras, you could get away with that, but I don't know. I love being in the suburbs. talking to the whites. Yeah, it's good. I have a white stepfather. That's fun. I feel like he tries too hard sometimes. He'll wear like FUBU shirts. Like he'll wear like for us by us shorts. And I'm like, kid, we're in the mall we're in public right now. Like, see, at home, like this would be okay. But like in public, I just feel like you're pandering right now. This feels not okay. FUBU, really? He still has those shirts. I'm like, I don't even have a FUBU shirt. Like, it's insane. It's interesting growing up with a white father, right? With a white stepfather, because I would ask him things that I didn't really know what they meant when I was younger. I would ask him, like, what does blacker the berry, sweeter the juice mean? He's like, why do you think I married your mother? I'm like, oh my God, I am 8 years old right now. I should, I stopped asking him questions after that. I was like, I'm not curious about life at all. I'm not curious about how life is made in the slightest, or how, the juice and berries. Yeah. I love Buster's intro, the John Wick of, wait, what did you say again? The John Wick of what? Of hopelessness. Okay, yeah, I've never heard that intro for me in my life. No, I liked it. I liked the intro. It was interesting. Yeah. I'll tell you what is hopeless is my relationship with my mother. That is a hopeless thing. No, I love my mom. Wouldn't it be crazy if I just came up here and I was like, I don't like that guy. I don't like that woman. I don't. My mom, no, she's cool, but she, there was this thing that went like a viral video that went around like years ago, like, why are you gay, right? Like that was like, funny to the whole world, but it wasn't funny to me because like imagine like coming home at 5 years old with like coloring and your mom is like, why are you gay? I'm like, who says that I'm gay? She's like, you are gay. I was like, I can't color now. Like, what the fuck? She's like, why are your legs crossed? I'm like, what happened to your accent? Where did that go? Okay. Yeah, Spirit Airlines went out of business. That was interesting, right? Yeah, Spirit's somebody, wait, did you not know that? Anyways, yeah, Spirit, I feel like I ruined this guy's night. He's like, wait, I can't get $100 flights anymore to Tuscaloosa or whatever. Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, no, it's sad, but I just feel like it's crazy when like $1 billion airlines are like, yeah, I don't got it, honestly. I think we need to ground this plane in the middle of the Atlantic. We're not, you guys are not getting to your location at all. Like, I feel like that's what Spirit would do. I feel like that's a situation that's happened to me though. Like, I've ran out of gas on the highway, but I can just like walk back home. But like, in the Spirit like flight, honestly though, it's incredible that Spirit has never had like an accident in their entire like existence. I'm honestly surprised. I didn't finish the part of that joke. I forgot the end of that joke. Okay. Anyways, I watched the Michael Jackson movie. That was good. I enjoyed that a lot. But I was trying to recommend the movie to my mom, and she's not like a good person to recommend movies to, especially about like, people who had like rough upbringings, right? Because she's like a victim blamer, right? I tried to tell her, like all the, Michael Jackson had a rough upbringing because of Joe Jackson, his father, all this different stuff. She's like, I don't like the way that he villainized his dad. I was like, I think that Joe Jackson villainized himself. I don't know about that, I think that when Joe Jackson pulled the belt out, she's like, but like he wouldn't have became that great, if I was like, we don't know that though. I was like, with that logic, I should have been great. What the fuck? Like, come on, mom. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. I own a plantation in Africa. That's a clap. That's the first clap I've ever gotten for that. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Somebody asked me, so your plantation, do you pay the workers? I was like, yeah, they get paid, of course, like lodging, everything like that. Yeah. They're like, you should probably call it a farm then. I was like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. I'm going to start doing that from now on. Honestly, we speak French in my mom's country. That's why it's a direct translation, plantation, you know, instead of saying farm or whatever. But it's always interesting telling people I speak, you know, French. Like Americans are like, what, you know, black people speaking French. I was like, where do you think that Kanye got, you know, the name for that song? If there was only one, I know the white people were thinking the word. I think you're thinking the word. You know, if there was only like one black dude, if it was just like Kanye and not Jay-Z, I don't think he would have made the song. But Kanye and Jay-Z, there you go. You got a song. You got the S in the word, in the name of the song. I lived in France for a little bit. That was fun. That was a good time. I was a English teacher in France. That was not as fun. Not that part. Okay. It was there was a couple kids. So I would do this this like icebreaker activity or whatever, where I would write like a word on the board. The kids would like their back would face the board. Like one or two kids at their back would face the board, and the rest of the kids would have to describe that word that I wrote on the board to the kids at the front. And wait, what is going on right now? I don't know. There's a lot going on right now. Sorry, I was distracted. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, anyways, the kids would be describing this word. I would usually choose the word, and then I would let the kids write the word on the board, which is a bad idea with a bunch of middle school boys, because they started writing porn stars' names on the board. And the teacher that I was working with she'd ask me, who is this porn star? She wouldn't say who's this porn star, but she'd be like, who is this person? Right? And I had to act like I don't know who it is. I'm like, I have no idea who Mia Khalifa is at all. I think she's like an Ohio senator. I think she's an Ohio senator. I think that's what it is. I think I voted for her today. Yeah, election day. How about that? Yeah, that's good. You can see I'm a good citizen. I didn't even know that was today until Buster Chestnut. I get my news from Buster Chestnut, guys. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, you heard her here first. Opening cards, comedy, and news as well. So yeah, that's a good time. Let's see if I have one more short one I can squeeze in real quick. Sorry. Somebody told me yesterday that I look like a failed civil rights leader with my afro. I just imagine myself like being transported right to like the 60s. And somebody's like, are you going to the march on Saturday, Christian? And I'm just like, working out? I don't think so. That's my only day off. All right, guys, let's get up your host, Buster Chestnut.
All right, keep it going. I just realized, Michael, I need some assistance on the camera. I just realized I had it locked in on Christian. Keep it going for Christian. I did think it was funny that we got a clap out of you owning a plantation. How about a ranch? You can call it a ranch. You might be, popular with people in Texas. I don't know. All right. So next up is a guy. Grimiest, sticky floored shitholes in the city since the old days of the Scarlet and Gray. The man is battle-scarred veteran of the scene. He is a straight shooter who doesn't give a single shit about your delicate sensibilities, and he's an absolute master of pulling laughs out of a room full of drunks. Top off your glasses, put your hands together, and make some goddamn noise for Columbus's own Dan Loper.
So far from my personality, it's ridiculous. You guys doing all right? Having fun? Hell yeah! Oh my god! You know, I need to say this right out the gate. I've always dreamed of performing next to a martial arts studio, so I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity tonight. I've definitely bought golf clubs when I played against sports too in the past. So 2 doors down. Is it still open? No. Is it really? No, they had to have just closed. I mean, it's 10 p.m. So it'd be insane if they were still open. Oh, shut up, Chuck. No, it's cool. No, I like this. Is a cool place. I do want to I want to get some clarification on something. Is that a bidet in the men's bathroom? So one of 2 things is happening. Either you're trying to save some money on toilet paper, which is understandable, or you got some fucking freaks in here that like to have a good time while they're shitting. And you know what? I'm into both. So this feels like home to me. I don't even have, I want one, but I don't know. I'll get one someday. Whenever I remember to go on Amazon and order one is when I'll get one. But thank you guys though for being a bidet. It's fucking great. Oh man, I'll do some jokes. I was at a bakery recently and I got a sack of cookies and I got to the front of the line and the guy behind the counter was like, "Sir, would you like to donate $1 to support diabetes research?" I was like, "Dude, this is diabetes research. You see what I have? This is a shit ton of cookies." I run experiments from my couch actually, and this week we're trying to figure out how many cookies I can eat until my toes fall off. That's a diabetes joke. So have fun with that. Hello. Is there a bidet in their bathroom too? Is it? No, okay. It's all good. I did something recently that I'm very proud of. I got rid of cable television. No more cable in my house. Fuck Time Warner. No, I did something even better. I went out and got one of those illegal streaming boxes instead. Yeah. Right? Like every possible television channel you could want. 50,000 movies, and all it cost me was the low price of my social security number. That's it. That's all it cost. Very, very reasonable. I was perusing the movie section on the box, and I found a movie I forgot existed. Do you guys remember Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter? I love that was such a scattered reaction. Buster with a yell, yeah, and spread around, and someone said, "I do remember that actually." Like it's a very specific conversation we're having right now. I do. No, but me too, buddy. We're on the same page. We should hang out after this guy who I can't see because these lights are in my eyes. I forgot that existed, and it turns out that movie is actually based on a book. Did you know that? It's based on a book. And the author of that book's book writing strategy was to do extensive research on Abraham Lincoln's life, and then anything he couldn't find, he would just fill in with vampire hunting. Which is pretty insane if you ask me, but also brilliant and inspiring. It inspired me to write my own book / movie entitled Benjamin Franklin Dolphin Enthusiast, and I'm selling copies out of the trunk of my car after the show. So meet me in the parking lot where I'm sure there's a child doing driving training out there with the cones. So definitely saw that pulling in. It's all good. No, I've always thought like I would be good at making movies, and I have some ideas for some titles. If you guys care to hear a few, yeah, okay, all right. This first one, it's a movie about adolescent snakes called Serpentines. Is any of this landing? Okay, very good. Oh, I have another one. It's about Japanese baseball called Asians in the Outfield. Is that? I get one. I can do one, and then I'm. The last one is a first-person perspective of a firefighter dealing with the aftermath of 9/11, and that one's called "You, Me, and Debris." All right, it is a little sad. It's got to end dark, right? I can't do that one for. Never mind. I'm not going to justify my side order to Buster. No, it's hard. I actually tried. I've been a part of a few film projects. It's very hard to pull off. There's just so many moving parts. So I figured if I was ever to make one by myself and produce it, the only thing I could do that wouldn't be super time consuming would be pornography. That's the only format, right? Like you don't need to worry about sound. Fuck, half the time the damn mic's dipping into the frame and you can see it. Very weird. But I was thinking about all right, if I'm going to do that, I got to find some actors who are on board. So I have to make this a little different, right? Different than normal. So my idea for pornography is there's a man and a woman, and they're going at it, and then the man finishes, and the lady stops crying, and then the camera then pans to the corner of the room where there's a man sitting by himself eating a cheeseburger. And you hear a voiceover and it says, the BK value menu's never been this hot. And then the credits roll. That's the entire thing. You're in? All right, I got one sold. I'll sell IOUs for that porn in the parking lot as well. You get to eat what? I heard you get to eat something. The burger. You're their burger man. And then post-credit scene, you walk in with a milkshake like, what's going on here? You got to have a post-credit scene because this is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All right. That was fun. Thank you for teaming up for that one. Fuck. I work in an office where we do active shooter drills. Kind of dark, right? And like part of the drills is a written quiz, which is awkward. One of the questions on the quiz says, like, in case of an active shooter situation, what 3 things must you do? You guys know this? The answer they were looking for was run, then hide, then fight. But what I wrote was live, laugh, love, because I'm I'm not good at any of the first 3 things. That's more my speed. What's that? Yeah, exactly. And if I'm the lover, I might also be the active shooter in the end. You never know. Yeah. The tables have turned, sir, with a rifle. Now you're too creeped out to shoot anybody. And and your palms are sticky. No, I'm terrified of. So here's something. I'm in sales. During the early 2020s when COVID was people were still scared of it. Everyone started fist bumping each other, and that was perfect. That's the way greetings should exist. Fist bump, fist bump. You're not touching someone's gross palm. It's the perfect way to do it. And for some fucking reason, we're back to handshakes. We figured it out. We didn't need to go back, but we're back to handshakes. I don't know. It is always being afraid of the sticky handshake. I fucking hate that fear of the sticky handshake, right? Because it either is someone just got done doing something a little unsavory, or they're bare-fisted pancakes in the back of an alley. Like it's very strange both ways. But honestly, if it's a sticky handshake situation, it's gonna be my fault. Like I'm the odds-on favorite to be the one that made that handshake sticky because I'm definitely the one fisting pancakes in the. Okay. All right, that's new. But anyway, you guys get it. That's fine. I don't know if you guys can tell by looking at me, but this is what it looks like when you physically peak at the age of 15. I was a nice ripe freshman in high school, and then we're all downhill from there. Not great. I was actually the most valuable player on my freshman basketball team, and then by sophomore year, I saw 0 playing time. It was quite the drastic drop-off. I don't know whether or not this is a factor in that, but it's also around the time I found weed, so I don't know. I don't know if there's a correlation, but there might be. There might be. But yeah, I rode the bench for the next 3 years. When you're a bench warmer on a basketball team, you got to find ways to entertain yourself during the game because, what else are you going to do? You're just sitting there. So one thing I found that I loved was the pants, the warm-up pants, like the Adidas button-up warm-up pants that they gave you. I'm just sitting there fidgeting with them, all that stuff. Very sleek, very comfortable, very light. It's a good time. And I would always envision that moment where a coach would call me and I'd run in there, tear off my pants very cleanly, throw them into the stands, then run in and hit that game-winning shot. That would never happen, though, because I'd go for the tear and my pants would get stuck. So I have to undo each button individually while everybody's awkwardly staring. Not unlike what most of you are doing to me right now. I finally get my pants off and coach was like, "You're not wearing shorts?" I was like, "I didn't think you'd put me in, dude. That's kind of your fault. Like, give me a little PT and this won't happen again." But you drew the line where you drew the line, sir. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm 39 years old. I've met a lot of weird people in my life. I'm not even talking about you guys. I'm talking about other than this and other times. Now, I was at a party recently and I met a guy. He told me he won $12,000 in the scratch-off lottery game. Yeah, right? He's like, "Yeah, man, I was behind on my rent. My car was broke down, but the good Lord came through. $12,000 right in the bank." And I was like, "Oh, that's good news. So you fixed your car and you paid your rent?" And he said, "Fuck no. I bought 2 snakes and 3 tasers. Why? Why would you do any of that? Like in this scenario, you have more tasers than you have snakes. That doesn't make any sense. What, does each snake get their own taser and then you get one to protect yourself? This sounds like the first cut of Serpentines, if I'm not mistaken. I got home later on too, and I was thinking about some more. I was like, wait a second. This guy started off with $12,000. He bought 2 snakes and 3 tasers, and now he does not have $12,000. Like, what the fuck happened to you guys? I'm no mathematician, obviously, but I'm pretty sure he got ripped off. Because in my estimation, if you start off with $12,000 and you buy 2 snakes and 3 tasers, you should have roughly $11,000. That's how that should work. Every single time. And that leads me to believe it was an impulse buy, right? No way he planned that. No way he was like, all right, well, it's a Tuesday. I'll go down to the corner store, buy me a 40 of Cobra. And if I win, I know where I'm going. No, he didn't say that, guys. Nobody ever would. He was walking down the street. He saw some guy in a creepy-ass trench coat, and that guy was like, hey, man, I got something you might want. And the first guy's like, all right, I'm listening. What do you got? Creepy guy's like, I have exactly 2 snakes and 3 tasers. I don't know why I just closed my jacket. They're both right here. The first guy's like, yeah, you're right. I want those fucking things. How much is that going to cost me? Well, that depends. How much you got? I have exactly $12,000. Sold. All right, I'm going to do one more joke here. Thank you. Thank you. You guys seem to be into the darker stuff tonight, so we're gonna go down a little road here, and we'll see if you stay with me. Yeah, one more. It's real dark. Just saying. So do what you got to do mentally to prepare for this. Watch me the cleanest joke you've ever heard. Like, well, God damn it! I'm just gonna do it, and here we go. I mentioned TV earlier. One thing that makes me mad about television is the local news. You guys agree? Fucking local news sucks. Like, you'll be watching some sporting event. Fuck them indeed, sir. But yeah, I don't like it. Like, I'll be watching like a football game, and it'll go to a commercial, and then the local news will pop in and be like, hey, local teacher brutally murdered in her own home. Find out at 11 what her students will remember her for. I'll take a guess. They'll probably remember her for the fact that she was brutally murdered in her own fucking home. Like, I don't care how amazingly influential this teacher was. There's one incident that occurred, and that's how those kids are going to remember her forever. It's just weird to think about some kid like 20 years later reminiscing about his old grade school days. He's just like, Miss Davis. I remember her. She was one fantastic lady. Remember this one time we went on that field trip, and on the way home, she let us stop at McDonald's. Boy, that was one vivid memory. Not quite as vivid, though, as the one time that madman broke into her home, slit her nose to navel, wore her skin around as a suit for a week before discarding it on the playground at the school of which she worked. But that McRib, it was worth it. It was worth it in the end. All right, thank you guys. I've been Dan Loper. Have a great night.
All right, keep it going for Dan. All right, we're still good. All right, cool. All right, so listen to me, you beautiful, twisted degenerates. Try to focus through whatever chemical fog you're currently swimming in. Our next comic is a goddamn Midwestern savage. He took home the belt at the Columbus Comedy Clash, which is no small feat when half the city is sweating out cheap bourbon and terrible decisions. This man has actual classical theater training, but he used it to survive the schizophrenic whiplash of the concrete gutters and terrifying manicured lawns of deep suburbia. His brain is a dangerous, wonderful neighborhood. His comedy is a messed up high wire act. It's totally absurd, weirdly relatable to anybody with an open bar tab, and I guarantee to have you questioning your own sanity on the drive home. Finish your drinks, order a shot of whatever burns you most, and make some goddamn noise for the phenomenal Joe Good.
Give it up for Buster Chestnuts, everybody. Fuck yeah. All the comics we've seen tonight. Give it up for the Leaping Lizards. Woo! Hell yeah. I do love the bidet. That was good. I pooped earlier. Sinking a mile. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. But I am bad at aim, so it just kind of sprayed my nuts. But I did love it. Had a great time with that. So a lot of fun. The fucking the basketball cards. Don't know a lot about basketball, but if you pulled a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card, Blue Eyes White Dragon out, I would have lost my shit. I tell you. Or a Charizard, forget about it. Anywho, gang, what's going on? Yeah. Woo! Getting crazy tonight. Hell yeah. I'm getting older, folks. My hair's thinning. I'm my knees are cracking all the time. I've caught lactose intolerance. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was just for like nerds with weak bones or whatever. Yeah, I caught it. Somewhere you turn 30 and your little butthole's like, hey, you can't have ice cream anymore. It's against the rules. You said what? Oh yeah, eggs. I never had no eggs, but yeah, the eggs they go away, and then you start getting hot flashes, etc. I know what you're talking about. I have a mom. Oh, you can't have eggs. Oh, goddamn. Well, I'm not on that one yet. I gotta look out for eggs. That's why they call them deviled eggs, aren't they? Because they split you in half and fill you with goo. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I've got the lactose intolerance. It's awful, you know. As a youth, I used to run around with a condom in my wallet because that's what the cool kids do. You know what I'm saying? But now I've got a Lactaid. That's what I'm working with now. Because you never know when you're going to get lucky, right? And run into a plate of nachos. You know, like, ooh, hey there, sweet thing. Looking good tonight, goddammit. And then, you take them in the bathroom and put them in your mouth. It's a lot of fun, especially when there's a bidet in there. Yeah, you splash around. Don't get the bidet water all over your nachos. It's going to ruin it. That's no good. You don't want that to happen. But pro tip, everybody, if you get a plate of nachos, everyone's going to want your nachos, right? Cinco de Mayo, after all. Ooh, give me your nachos. But if you take that same plate of nachos into the bathroom, suddenly nobody wants your nachos anymore. It's a beautiful thing. It's the poop air, I think, is what it is. The fecal plumes, if you will. What's going on out here? Feel like a lot of chatter. What's going on at this first table? What you guys talking about? Being pirates? Wasting away again in Margaritaville. You guys like that? You guys parrot heads or what? Fuck yeah. You guys look like parrot heads. I'm good. I'm trying to engage with you. You know what I mean? You guys are talking to each other, and I love it. It's a beautiful thing. However, I've got a microphone. You know what I'm saying? So let's yap with each other. I'll fuck around. I don't care. I got 20 minutes up here, and we're like 3 minutes in, and we're fucking around. You said what? Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. We're all communicating with each other. It's a beautiful thing. Y'all use the bidet yet? Hell yeah. Did you hit your asshole with it? Good. I got to work on it because it just went straight through my nuts. I had to like pull my nuts over to make sure it didn't. You do sacrifice a little like butt room with the bidet seat. I notice. I don't know. No, typically I'm. Huh? It shot somebody. I believe it. See, he must have been too far up on it. He probably got. Yeah. Holy shit. Well, I hope he didn't get any butt water on him. That'd be awful. It didn't spray past his butthole. It was an empty one. Where does the bidet water come from? Is it from the back of the thing? I don't know how toilets work. I'm not a plumber. I do comedy and I work at Bob Evans. It comes out of the thing and it gets my taint is what it does. But it's all right. We're going to move on. I have to wear, I used to have to wear the condoms because I don't want to have kids. I think it'd be an awful decision for me. But then, I think about it and it's like the one bad thing about not having kids is that you can't use the phrase, I've got mouths to feed when you like lose your job or whatever. It's very dramatic. It's like,
makes people think. But when you don't have kids, it's like, well, I was saving up for a Switch 2, so you're kind of fucking me up a little bit. They have Mario Kart World on there. I don't know if you realize you could drive off the track. It's crazy. I've got lungs to fill, goddammit, with bubonic chronic, as they used to say. I'm getting old. Remember bubonic chronic? It was good stuff. But it's a bummer, man, you know. Y'all smoke weed in here? You look like you're smoking weed right there. Hell yeah. Be careful with that bidet in there. You figure it out? All right, cool. You got an expert. I got to get her to teach me on the bidet. I think that's what it is. It's like, it's right here on the butthole. All right. But yeah, you know, I smoke weed. I smoke weed and I work at a diner, you know, so I don't know a lot about stationery. Yeah. Woo, man, I wish I could whistle like that. I don't think can't do it. Who did that? Yeah, teach me how to show. You got to do it. Do you use your fingers? Your mom does. Shazam, sorry. In my butthole. Yeah, we had to bidet it before, but she likes it. And I do too, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, I don't know stationery. Do you guys know paper clips, right, are used to hold paper together? It's crazy. They're like a less permanent stapler. Yeah, it's true. I know. It blew my mind. I was using Microsoft Word the other day, and I was like, why is this resin scraper trying to tell me how to spell restaurant? This is bullshit. It make no sense. It's not even bent yet. Ridiculous. Nothing bunt cakes. You guys like that place? Can't eat them anymore because of the lactose. But it's good cheese. It's good shit. Anywho, I am getting older. I don't understand the lingo that the youths use nowadays. You know, like sneaky links. Y'all know this one? Sneaky link. You're going to go hit your sneaky link. Apparently, it's some sort of sexy affair. Bye, gang. I'm sorry. I lost you with the sneaky links. It's okay. Get a koozie after the show. But there's nothing what the fuck was I talking about? Sneaky links. Apparently, it's some sort of sexy affair. I didn't know what that was. I thought they were talking about sausage the whole time. You know what I mean? It's like, I want sausage. Oh, be discreet. You know what I mean? Give me some of that sausage. Bring it over here. But, you know, apparently it's a sexy affair. I also imagine like some older guy, you know, he's got high blood pressure and shit. And his wife is like, I want you around, goddammit. You know, you can't be eating those sausage links. Don't do it. And he's like, well, whatever. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm going to just wake up early and hit me a couple sneaky links, goddammit. That's what I'm going to do. And it's going to be bussing, too. I'll tell you that much right now. I don't know who decided bussing was a good thing. Y'all ever take the fucking bus before? It sucks ass. Bussing should be used to describe things that take like 45 minutes longer than they should. And there's like a 7% chance you're going to see a wiener. That's what bussing should be used for. It happens, man. 7's not a lot, but it can happen. If you take it to Aldi's every week, you're bound to see one in like 10 weeks or whatever. I'm bad at math, but it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm getting older. I don't understand. I noticed the R word is coming back in style. Just so we know, it rhymes with depated. You know what I mean? And both are, for some reason, way more fun to say in a Boston accent. I don't know why, but it's fucking depated over here. And, you know, I'm not like woke or whatever. I just don't like that when I'm calling somebody stupid that they might think that it's not their fault that they're stupid. You know what I mean? It's like, you aren't disabled. You took too many whippets at Bonnaroo. And now you own a fucking snake. You know what I mean? And you might have paid $12,000 for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, call back to the older thing. It's ridiculous. I don't know. So bougie is another word that the youths use. Bougie? You mean like the bourgeoisie? The owning class? I was in college for like a semester or two. I know what you're talking about. It's not bougie to like get guacamole on your Chipotle. You gonna go use the bidet? I think the bidet is fun. Bidets are kind of bougie. That's true. But it's not bougie to get guacamole on your Chipotle. It's bougie to own the avocado farm. You know, it's not bougie to buy yourself a nice pair of shoes. It's bougie to pay Malaysian children 12 cents to make those shoes. It's not bougie to take your kids to Disneyland. It's bougie to buy the kids to go missing at Disneyland. That's what bougie is. All right, Shazam. Woo, we're having a great time. You guys got clean buttholes back here? Couple clean buttholes? Yeah, right on. I don't think I've ever had a cleaner butthole since having been here. This is a beautiful thing. It's a great time. Psh, I gotta get one. That's fancy. That bougie, if you will. Anywho, I got the lactose intolerance. I can't have chocolate milk anymore. That's a bummer. It's awful, man. I love chocolate milk. Y'all like chocolate milk? Woo! Fuck yeah. You guys remember them kids in school who drank white milk? Sociopaths. What's wrong with them? It's like it costs the same. Your mom's not here. Get chocolate milk, you weirdo. Like, we better follow the rules, guys. It's like, okay, braid in your butthole. God. Kids who drink white milk in school are like definitely cops now. You know what I mean? They're just like, better follow the rules, guys. So, yeah, all right. Seeing a buzz cut with a few years, a turd. I don't know. I don't think we should call cops pigs. I don't think it's right. Because pigs have never done anything to anybody once. Not one time. Pigs have never shot black people, not one time. And if anything, they might have a better case for self-defense, Like, he was reaching for the dry rub. I felt unsafe. Cool. We got like 3 people listening. It's great. I love it. We're having a good time. Down here, I'm just saying it out loud, because it's going to manifest it. How's your butthole? Is it clean? Let's go. You got to get a clean butthole out here. If you stop by the Leaping Lizards, is that why they call it Leaping Lizards? Because it feels like a little lizard is hopping up in your butthole. All right, never mind. We'll move on. Ooh, it's so wet. Ooh. Anywho. I love ranch dressing. You can't have ranch dressing anymore either because of the lactose intolerance. It's a bummer, man. Everybody in America loves ranch dressing. Am I right? Yeah. God damn it. It's a good thing there's not a shortage of ranch dressing in America, because otherwise we'd find that goddamn Hidden Valley and liberate the shit out of that place for this veggie tray goes bad, God damn it. This waterboard Paul Newman. What's the secret, Paul? Where's that shit that makes carrots good, Paul? Be a good move. I don't know. Oh, God. I love ranch, but I really like blue cheese, which is weird because I love to eat ass. And I feel like ass and blue cheese have very similar flavor profiles. You know what I mean? No? I don't know, man. I smell ass and I smell blue cheese. I'm like, what does that mean? Yeah, they smell the same. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the... Right, yeah, and it smells a little bit like blue cheese. When I'm eating chicken wings, I don't be reminded of eating my wife's of 30 years ass. You know what I mean? I was in a Roosters one time. I was like, why am I reminded of a way better time right now? This is crazy. It's the smells that trigger the memory. It's science. It's wild stuff. It's all on Mythbusters one time. Pretty good show. I eat so much ass, I don't know which wine pairs best with it. It's Franzia, it turns out. Chardonnay. You guys familiar with Franzia? Box wine. Yeah, it's good. If you're not familiar, it's a box of wine. Inside, there's a bag of wine. There's like 5 liters of wine in there. It costs like $16, and it pairs perfectly with buttholes. Just put it out there. It's a lot of fun. And it's funny because you drink the Franzia the same way you eat ass. You kind of get under it. And then you slap the bag and put your mouth on it. It's a good time. You like that back there? All right, we got you engaged. I see you. What up? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. Nasty. I do like ranch, I got some wings down there at the Papa John's the other day because, things are going really well for me right now. And they said they were raised with no antibiotics. And I thought that was fucked up because I don't want my chickens having strep throat and shit. You know what I mean? They're in them little cages now they got to deal with sore throats and chlamydia and whatnot. It's awful. Chlamydia, you guys, if you don't know, if you're square, you catch it and you go down to Planned Parenthood, you pay like $61 or so. They give you 2 antibiotics and it clears that shit right up. So I've been told by other parties. You know what I mean? Interesting factoid. And I think that's good. But then also, if you do find yourself a little bit, the chlamydia is, you could just be like, listen, baby, I got some of that chicken from down there at the Papa John's. They ain't got no antibiotics in that shit. I ate some of them chickens, and now my dick leaked. It's not my fault. It's all chicken related, I promise. Oh, boy. Where, What's going down in here? You guys, what do you guys want to talk about? Something specific? Oh, I think I almost did it just there. The virus, the pirates. Oh yeah, he kind of looks like a pirate with a bandana, or is a biker kind of thing. The pirates like the sports scene. No, I don't know. They're Buckinhead. Hey, are you signing up? They're Mother Buckinhead. You should sign up for the mic. I'll stick around if you go on specifically. Hell yeah. Goddamn, I got the biggest laugh of the night. They're Buckinhead. Fuck yeah. Pirates. What the hell was I talking about? I don't even fucking know anymore. Oh yeah, it was the if you get chicken from there at the Papa John's, you could blame it on the chicken that you have chlamydia. That's what it is. But you guys, I also work at Bob Evans. Any fans of Bob Evans out there? Hell yeah, come on down if you want to see how many goddamn crumbs you can make with one biscuit, as people want to do down there at the Bob Evans. But it's wild there. Working at Bob Evans, you learn a lot. I'm a server, you know. Do you guys know that grown-ass men don't know how to order eggs? Pretty wild phenomenon. I had this guy who's like, I want dippy eggs. Yeah, he said dippy eggs. I do know what it means. You know, people keep saying that. I did this joke for like so many times. I do know what it means, but also there's a gradient to it. You know what I mean? Do you want them sunny side up? Do you want them over easy? And they're just like, I don't know, man. Just make them dippy. Like, okay. So I had to go back there and be like, I need over easy eggs and a helmet for this asshole at table 12. Doesn't know how to order eggs. What's wrong with him? Also, old ladies are just always chilly. Like, hey, can you change the temperature of the whole building real quick so I'm comfortable for the next, 30 minutes? Like, oh, yeah, I'll get right on that. I leave. I come back. I'm like, don't worry. I talked to the manager. We turned it up a little bit for you. And she's like, oh, my gosh, thank you so much. I feel it already. And I'm like, gotcha, bitch, because I'm lying to you, and now you are therefore lying to me. Don't fuck with me, okay? Also, you're not chilly. That's just the cold hand of death that's screaming upon you. You and your dippy egg husband get the fuck out of here as far as I'm concerned. You guys got good Keno numbers or something? What's going on back there? Hell yeah. I don't even know. How's Keno work? It like plops in there on the video screen? I don't know. Whatever. Goddamn. I'm poor. I don't know if you guys figured that out by now. What's up? God bless. There's not a lot of good things about being. We're all poor? Hell yeah. Let's go. Yeah, we the people. Let's take it to him. Les Wexner lives right over there. We can go fucking take his ass down. I'm even saying he's got horses and shit. We could steal them. Just putting it out there. All right. Yeah. Well, I am poor, There's not a lot of good things about being poor, but there's one good thing, and that's that you can use the phrase, it must be nice all the time. It's great. It makes people feel like shit. It's like, ooh, you got a steak dinner? Must be nice. Oh, you don't, have to, you put a little bit of water in your shampoo every now and again? Must be nice. Stretches it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't have to use a quarter to get your grocery cart? Must be nice. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, y'all the real ones, let's go. Aldi's all day. For those of you who don't, fuck you. Must be nice. Bunch of rich buttholes out here going to Whole Foods or whatever it is. Yeah. Leaving their goddamn shopping carts all over the parking lot. It's like, I think they got a guy for that. It's like, yeah, it's me, asshole. Must be fucking nice. Thank you. Yeah, you're my rock over here. I want to see you do a set later on. It'll be fun. Yeah, let's do it. We got to do it. We got like 3 more minutes left, I think. We're riffing. We're having fun. I'm having fun with at least that lady. And then, the people out there, they're just, drowning the stars. But that's okay because I like to drink too. Here at the Leaping Lizards, and my butthole gets wet, and I love it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cough into the microphone. Everyone else must be fucking nice over here spending money on liquor. I bought beers, and then Buster Chestnut bought me my shot. I don't know if you know that. I'm all liquored up right now. I got to drive home, but, this is America, isn't it? This is America. I thought we could drive home drunk. I thought all right, never mind. Coffee, I'll be all right. I'm not really drunk. I'm pacing myself. I'm responsible, But I am poor. I grew up poor, But my girlfriend did not grow up poor. It's pretty wild. They live in New Albany, first of all. Yeah. I went to their parents' house for the first time. It is fancy, goddammit. And they're like they're like fancy for them, you know what I mean? And I went in there and I was like, Jesus Christ, what is happening? She's like, what? What's going on? I was like, man, we never had none of this shit growing up. Y'all got like a little movie theater in your basement. Must be nice, you know what I'm saying? A goddamn wine cellar. You guys know how many? Yeah, a wine cellar. It must be nice. Exactly. They have cases upon cases. You know how many bags of Franzia could fit in a wine cellar? It's crazy. Like a perfect 64 degrees or whatever it is down there. Hell yeah, that's all you need. When you empty the bags, you can put water in there. I saw it on Doomsday Preppers one time. It's brilliant. It's good. It's like you can fold it and shit. Let's go. We're going to cause the doomsday. It must be nice. We're going to go burn that motherfuckers down. Let's do it. Let's burn them down. But anyways, I'm sorry. I get all riled up sometimes. Must be nice. They got fucking name brand sodas in there. Mountain Dew. What the fuck is Mountain Dew? I want some citrus drop, goddammit. You know what I mean? Some of that goddamn Mountain Lightning. Mountain Lightning. That's the good shit. Down there at the Kroger. Dr. Thunder. Oh yeah, that's Dr. Pepper alternative. That's good shit. Because Dr. Pepper, well, he's a doctor. I'm a man of the people. I want Mr. Pibb, goddammit. Huh? Exactly. What do I think? I got health insurance buying Dr. Pepper? I want Mr. Pibb to come check out my wart. He'll freeze it off. Fucking pennies on the dollar if Dr. Pepper would. Fucking piece of shit. Anyways, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, being bored. The fucking Mountain Lightning. Citrus Drop. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, Fago. She's like, did you just call me a slur? I'm like, no. Fago, the Sody Pops. Come in all sorts of delicious flavors. Like red. Red's the best one. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be strawberries, but that shit's red. You know what I mean? It doesn't taste like no strawberries. That tastes like Red 40 and poverty. And it's good because we're the people. All right. Woo! Must be fucking nice drinking out here. Ooh, your strawberry sodas. Fancy. We got red sodas, goddammit. All right. Well, we can do what? We can do another one. I don't know which one we want to do. You guys like scat porn? Must be nice, am I right? No, I don't like it much myself. When I looked it up, I thought it was going to be, two people humping, going scoop bop, doo bop, da bop, do it. Skamalama doo bop day, but it wasn't that at all. It turns out, yeah, that's what you would think, but it turns out it's a couple people pooping on each other and fucking. It's gross. Scat like in the woods. They need to, you're goddamn right. If anyone ever needed a bidet, it's those people in the scat porn things. But then they just need a shower, really, is what they need, because it's all over them. Anyways, that's my time, everybody. I'm Joe Good. Give it up for your host, Buster Chestnuts, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming. Buy some baseball cards. I'm selling Sneaky Link koozies after the show. Get your Sneaky Link koozies. $5 pop or donation based. You want to give me more money. But I am poor and it must be nice. All right, y'all have a good night. Woo!
All right, keep it going for Joe Good. Hey, what do you got coming up? Joe, what do you got coming up that I can promote? May 21st, clear your schedules for Cafe Kerouac, hosted by Joel Good. Is that also with Amanda Adams, who is, I believe, going to perform here later this month, if I got the schedules correct. So go check him out May 21st, right? All right. And we're going to go ahead. All right. Before I do anything else, we're going to go ahead. I don't have a drink in my hand. I am sorry. But we're going to cheers our executive producer one more time. If you have a drink in your hand, raise it. Wow. For being a bar, nobody has a drink. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, to executive producer Steve. All right. I'm gonna be the bad guy. I need to take a restroom break, and I'm sure people in here at the bar at Leaping Lizard need to refill their drinks by the wonderful Sammy, the bartender, who is serving up drinks all night tonight. So tip Sammy as you would tip your best friend who works in the service industry. And I don't know if you're starving, whatever, but tip Sammy as though she's a starving artist, waiting to catch a break. But without further ado, we're going to take a break for about 10 to 15 minutes. I said 5, but maybe 10. We're going to do 10. I'm going to set the timer for 10. We'll be right back with our open mic. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to Phygital Nights here at the Leaping Lizard in Hilliard, Ohio. Everybody give a hell yeah to the guy that just went to go pee or use the bidet. Woo, 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 woo. All right, I'm going to ask a quick question to everybody out on the internet. If you're watching, please comment as my call and response. What? No. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Why are you judging me? By the way, speaking of judging me, I have my shirt on backwards right now because I am promoting my t-shirts, which are available for sale over here at the table, which is not the food table. Everybody here at the bar has free food. If you're interested, come down to Leaping Lizard in Hilliard, Ohio on Cemetery Road. But anyway, t-shirts are available for $30 a piece, or you can get two for $50. And I also have an alternate shirt, which is red, and it has Buster. Amber still doesn't respond the way I want her to respond, but it's cool. I love you, Amber. Buster. We all love you, Amber. I know I don't at all. If nothing else, you control me a little bit. A little bit. But you know what you don't control? Who our executive producer, I can't, hold on. Our executive producer, patron of the arts, Steve Merrick. Everybody, cheers to Steve. Steve. Raise your glass. I'm not seeing anybody raise any glasses. Does that mean you have empty glasses? All right. And if you have empty glasses, talk to my girl Sammy at the bar. She is an amazing bartender, and tip her well. Steve, 1, 2, 3. Steve. All right. And actually, all right, I am going to show the digital side of the world what Steve's official table looks like. Hold on. All right, let's see if I can zoom in. Hi, everybody. All right, so Michael, can you do me a favor? Can you turn on the light for the pool table just so I can illuminate? I know. Can I illuminate Steve's VIP table for anybody interested in sponsoring or becoming a patron of the arts? Look at this wonderful table that we have available for our patron of the arts or our VIP sponsor. If you need any information on that, please contact baileydigitalmedia@gmail.com. We are looking for sponsors, looking for patrons of the arts, and looking for people to buy sports cards and t-shirts. Can you drag that back? Thank you. I appreciate you. I feel like I need to buy you a drink after all of these weeks of assistance and support. I appreciate you, Michael. Okay. So, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, first person. Brendan. Where's he at? Oh, he is. Never mind. So I'll bullshit a little bit. I'm going to bullshit a little bit. I didn't want to rush anybody. Make sure they wash their hands and appreciated the bidet on their buttholes. Fun fact, there's only a bidet in the men's bathroom. But if you are a woman and have a dirty butt, let me know and I can get you special access. I can be the security guard outside the door because I am your dude. But anyway, without further ado, speaking of do, we are going to bring our first open micer, a rookie to the Leaping Lizard, as far as I know. Our friend, well, Buster's friend, your friend soon. Let's welcome to the stage with a big round of applause for Brendan Ridge. Brendan Ridge Comedy on socials.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Shit, girl. How you doing? All right. Listen, I got a lot to say, okay, that I already forgot. But here he is. White trash wasted. How you doing? All right. You know what I'm concerned about? Street racers. How are street racers surviving with these gas prices? Am I right? Right? Forget about blowing stoplights. How are you blowing fucking gas prices right now? That shit's crazy. Right. Conservative on my money. All right. Yes. Slow down, baby. All right. Do the speed limit. Oh, yes. All right. That is educational. All right. A little bit about myself. All right. I'm trying to speak my hairline back into existence. Amen. All right. Between prayer, manifestation, and essential oils, I think I got progress. How you doing? All right, girl. Show me them titties. Amen. All right. Actually, do what you want. Everything I do is consensual because I am politically correct. All right. anyways, I'm in the army, which I probably should have told you after that joke. All right. All right. And recently we were in the field, right? We were sleeping in the woods for 4 days, and I got a tick on my gooch, which is the area between your butthole and your ball sack. All right. Yeah. And I had to have another grown man pick that tick off. And I never anticipated this moment in my life, but we are okay. We're having that tick for testing. Hopefully, I don't have Lyme disease. All right. And that's another prayer request for the church. All right. Let's see. Blue Chew. Anyone familiar with Blue Chew? Is anybody familiar with Blue Chew? All right. What I like about Blue Chew is they're projecting the idea that everybody's having sex all the time. Right. And I know what you're thinking is, Brendan, it's just you not having sex all the time. And you're right. All right. Okay. And that's okay because I'm not. Anyways, what's cool about Blue Chew is nothing because nobody having sex that much. Okay. It's a false advertisement. And that's not the original joke, but that's where we're going. So you're welcome. Okay. Boners and wieners. Amen. Okay. You ever been baptized by a I really don't know where that joke is going. Blue Chew, wieners, boners, me. Okay, where do we go from here? 2 minutes. All right. Oh, that's a hot camera. Okay, so
so close, dude, guys.
yeah. All right. No. I feel like I should say I love white women and what other random shit. We don't send slacks. We show titties in this bar. Okay, ma'am? You won't. Okay. There is a bidet in that bathroom. That's the first time. And I regret that I am online live. Okay. You know, it's like things you don't plan in your life. Being on Buster's live stream. Okay.
Sorry, and you're welcome.
You think you're out here supporting friends, and then all of a sudden you're ruining your whole reputation. Okay. And that's all right. I'm still having a good time. Let's see. Blue Chew as an alternative. I think, one of the regrets is I got you. How many minutes do I got after that? 1, 5? All right. Men think that coming prematurely is not regular, right? And here I am to educate you that we all come prematurely, okay? You just got to clean up and get back in the game. Am I right?
Yeah.
Listen. It's not the problem isn't that we come prematurely. The problem is that we don't know our own bodies, right? Right. All you got to do is either act like you know what you're doing or clean up and get back in the game. I don't know how many times I got to say it, all right? But I'm not going to get farther into this because it's a whole lecture that y'all haven't paid for yet, all right? Yes. I'm not sure, and that's the catch, all right? As a white man, I will scam you of your money, naturally, okay? God bless, and I love you. All right. Buster Chestnut. Amen. All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
All right, keep it going for Brendan. Yeah. I will see you somewhere, I don't know where, on Friday, probably late night. If you're in the comedy scene, you probably know. And if you don't know, now you know. And I'm not going to finish that. Hey, Michael, can I get some assistance? Because I forgot to focus on our friend Brendan. Everybody, one more time, Brendan. Brandon Ridge Comedy on socials. And then you'll find out where he works and all that stuff. But for the live stream, we have no idea what that is or where that is. So are you ready? By the way, I just brought you up and threw you off, Mr. Lizard himself. All right. So we are among lounge lizards, and I'm not gonna lie, my entire life I have strived to be a lounge lizard. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, Mr. Blue Eyes, fucking Frank Sinatra, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sing you a beautiful song. But no, it's comedy. It's comedy, and it's here at the Leaping Lizard on Cemetery Road in Hilliard, Ohio. Come check us out. It's got a dive bar kind of vibe, but we have the greatest bourbon selection that you can imagine. It is a fancy dive bar. That is a great description. Great live music, great karaoke. Follow them on socials, Leaping Lizards. You'll find them. You know. Without further ado, we are going to welcome our next open mic performer. I'm going to use quotation marks. The Leaping Lizard. Well, I need to make it weird because we all know who the Leaping Lizard is. Who's coming up later? But the Leaping Lizard, Michael.
That was really nice. What's funny is this shit started out because there wasn't anybody else that was going to go up here and do anything. Now it's been growing, and we got all the kinds of cool actual comedians that come up here and talk about stuff. But Josh knows I've been married for almost 30 years. Buster! Oh, I'm sorry. Buster knows that I...
Don't government name me.
Right. Anyway, well, I have a drink in my hand, so... He knows that I've been married for almost 30 years. So there's certain shit that I've dealt with after raising 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 gay dude. And I got stuff to share. And I've been married to a redhead. If you guys don't know what that's like, come back for many shows because it's going to take a lot longer than just tonight's little bit that I'm going to share with you guys about what it's like. But I want you to guys know something. But I hear all this stuff, and I know you guys have been around a little bit, and you think you guys are old, but I found out recently what Gen X was. I didn't know I was Gen X. Didn't know what that was. I thought that Generation Dead and Generation Alive was how it was. Like, we're the ones alive. All the other generations are dead. But I've recently learned that there are actually these, I don't know what we're going to call it, these categories. It's like, and they're putting them into these different things of generations, of who was born and who was what during and how they're influencing the world. And it's weird. It's almost astrology. Right, I don't know you guys, and now here's what's weird. I became a surfer at one point in my amazing, weird, fucked up life. That I realized the moon cycles and the fucking like planets actually affected the surf. And so when you're a surfer, you start living by that stuff, and eventually you go, wait, I used to not believe in any of this stuff. But now I'm like measuring it, all the surf that we're going to do based on the planets and the alignment of them. So how is it for me to like deny that the influence of our, amazing freaking universe has some sort of an influence on us or our consciousness or how we perceive things? But here's one thing that I did learn. Gen X is not the lost generation. We were the ones that just stopped giving a shit about what everybody else was doing. And some people are lucky that it wasn't politics that we were into. So to give you an example, I was in medical school at 16 years old, and I ended up getting busted by the FBI as a hacker, and my life took off after that. Now, there's a lot of other Gen X people that have had amazing lives like that by listening to their voice instead of their parents, because like you've heard about Gen X, we didn't have our parents there for us. They were at the bar, they were partying or whatever. Hey, no, you know what? No pun for years later, Leaping Lizard. But I want to share with you something like this. When you don't listen to that self or that voice, there's going to be certain lessons, and you're going to have to learn to find some humor in some of those lessons that you have. And one of them is going to mean to all the people in your life something either funny or something that's not funny. And in every moment, there's an opportunity for you to find something very funny in that moment. And if you're lucky enough to be a comedian, and in that moment, you will find the funny thing. And you will bring that funny thing out of that moment in your life and share with others, and they will laugh. After 30 years, I'm going to tell you guys something. My wife and I have been together since love at first sight, and there's something that I always try to tell everybody, including all my children. Actually, all my children, I told them to listen to your inner voice above all else. Back to my first thing I said about listening to yourself, but it's not as funny because it doesn't get funny when you don't listen to yourself. But I say, if you want to find that right person, relationships are not 50-50. They're 100-100. And when you find that right person, you need to be that 100. And in being that 100, that means that you're going to support that girl that you meet in doing whatever she wants to do in life. And you're going to do for her whatever she wants you to do in life. And when you get older, she's going to ask you to do things to her that you might not have enough fingers for. Or physical. Now, trust me, remember, I'm a pretty smart guy. And when you get to that point where it's like, look, I think I need some sort of, I don't think I need any more training because I'm there. And I play keyboards and saxophone. My fingers are pretty fucking good, man. And I'm telling you, but when you're going to meet, I forgot. Remember, don't forget, I'm married to a redhead. So she's going to, your other half is going to eventually going to ask you to do things that you can't even freaking do. Or it might be things that you've never done to anybody before in your life. But I promise you that after that many years, if you're able to figure it out, you get rewarded. So that probably wasn't that funny, right? Some of it was funny. My wife one time told me, with all of our kids going to my brother's house, who had, his house had burned down, and on the way to Chris's house, or my brother's house, his name is Chris, and it's Christmas time, and the house had burned down, and we forgot to get his address. So on the way down there, my wife's telling all the kids, like, hey, we also need to stop and get a map from the gas station, because back then we didn't have GPS. It's like, we just got to stop and get a map. And it's like, you know what? If you don't know the address or where you're going, they're not going to have a map to Chris's house. Like, you can't stop at the gas station and go, there's an arrow going, here's where Chris lives. Right here. Anyway, who's next? See, I killed some time, right? Hey, was some of it funny, you guys? A little bit? I just winged it. I didn't take no notes like some of you professional comedians, but
You would say thank you to the host. Thank you, Jesus.
you know what? Thank you, Buster. And thank all of you guys, because I have supported live music, and we are a big broadcast here. We're the only bar in the country, actually, that has an ASCAP license to broadcast live artists and their cover songs. And we're really into that, exposing really good natural artists, and we're doing it for the artists in Columbus. And I had no idea about the comedy scene. So anything we can do to help you guys get more exposure out there to your fans and live streaming, there you go.
Yeah. And just let us know what we can do. All right. All right. Buster wants to introduce me.
Yeah, you can't just grab the microphone. What is wrong with you? You can technically, but it's the microphone and the cable is my property. But Oh shit! Oh. All right. So, as the banner is about to say, if it doesn't already, welcome to. I'm just gonna hand it to her. Welcome to the stage, the real leaping lizard, Amber.
All right. I don't know if I have anything really funny to talk about tonight. I know Michael talked about us being married for 30 years. And I tell you what, it takes a long time to train a guy. Sometimes you really got to work at that. And maybe he ain't got enough fingers or arms or electrical appendages that he might need. But you know what? Like we can actually have a real conversation about that. I will tell you, after 30 years of having mediocre sex, it works out pretty good because then he learns to take direction. And girls, I'm telling you, that's a secret. You got to be able to give the guy the direction. And even if he don't have enough fingers, appendages, or vibrating tools, he'll figure it out eventually, and it'll get you to your happy spot. I'm just saying. So here lately, I'm a nerd. I've been playing a lot of pirate games. I really have. We've been playing a lot of video games, and that's what nerds do. We like to play video games. We like to have sex. We like to eat horrible snacks, and then wake up the next morning with a little bit of a hangover, drink too much coffee, and then do our freaking nerd day jobs. And that's how that lifestyle works. It's pretty fun, though, I'll tell you. Michael has been very good lately about helping to support me with my nerd day job. Every time I'm on a conference call, he's all like, "You shouldn't have said that. Why did you say that? You should have said blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "Shut up already. I don't need it. I don't like, you can pick on me later." Right? It's like, but don't do it in the middle of the goddamn conference call. Shut up. I'll take the criticism later. But then there's also, when you're a nerd girl, it gets kind of weird. People don't know how to treat nerd girls. They always treat us like we're like some weird enigma, like we're not normal humans or something. I agree, but they always treat us like so freaking weird. Like they're always afraid to be politically incorrect in front of us, which we all know those weirdo fucking nerds. They ain't doing nothing but jacking off in the bathroom all the goddamn time. So they're already fucking politically incorrect enough. And we already know how they are because they're just a bunch of horny nerd guys, right? And so it's like, but then they're afraid to even have a conversation to you. You go up to them and you'll be like, "Hey man, how do you think we should solve this problem? We need to figure out how to what these database tables need to be and how we're going to build out this API." And they'll be like, "Did you just speak to me?" And it's so fucking weird because it's like if a dude came up to him and said that shit, they'd be like, "Oh, blah 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 blah." They'd be all cool with that having that conversation. But if you're a girl, they get all fucking freaked out about that shit. And it's like, okay, nerd, I need you to put on your big girl panties, you little nerdy bitch boy, and and figure out how the fuck we're gonna solve this problem. But this is like my life for real. And it kind of, you know what? I love being a nerd girl, but at the same time, it's got its challenges. It's not super easy. So, but also, video games. Been playing this pirate video game lately. I love this game. It's super fun. It's like a great builder game and everything. And I build all these cool, I'm working on building a pirate city, right? How cool would that be to build an awesome pirate city back in the olden days, right? So all my friends, they join the server and then they see that I'm building out this awesome pirate city. And they're like, "Well, I built a little square house. Don't judge me. And I'm never going to play on your server again. So it kind of sucks because then then my son doesn't even play on my server anymore because he's like intimidated by my building, which is okay. It, again, just goes to assert my female prowess. And I'm pretty fine with that. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I had to talk about tonight. I'm just man bitching. Love y'all. Peace out. Have a good night. Party on Wayne. Party on Garth.
All right, so next time you need to go further into the man bitching. I'm unfamiliar with that concept, but I do want. Hey, can somebody just like look at the screen to see if this looks somewhat okay? I totally got rid of it. It was showing fucking Christian's cock. I'm not about to show pornography on a live stream. I'm not saying Christian's packing, but I don't know if he has a girlfriend, but if you caught early on to his stream, like, why don't you just just make it happen? Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. More than just like being my camera bitch. But anyway, so that was what you can experience if you want to be a patron of the arts of Phygital Nights and Bailey Digital Media. I feel like I slurred that a little bit. Apologize. But anyway, can you swing it around real quick just to show like the awesome, like over here, just like pick up the stand. But no, I'm just saying, like, show this little like cool table that could be yours if you are a sponsor of Bailey Digital Media and Phygital Nights here at Leaping Lizard. It's right by the pool table. And nobody's going to play pool. I will fight them if they try to play pool during, the comedy part. Even though I have some friends that play pool here, and I'm probably going to maybe see them later at, Milligan's? What's down the street? That's just, yeah. But anyway, if you're not here, you probably won't get here in time for, the rest of the open mic. So go down to, Milligan's, and, support them. I'm probably going to stop by for, a hello, just to say hi to my friends. Yes, Kristen's working tonight. And a lot of the Leaping Lizard, regulars are probably over there. I'm just hey, shh. There was a slight fiducial obligation there. No offense. Yes, I use big words like fiducial. All right. So, we might have a surprise later on if we can get the technical difficulties figured out. But since nobody else has signed up for the open mic, there's no other brave souls that are willing to sacrifice themselves to the internet and the Leaping Lizard in itself. All right. Without further ado. All right, can I fuck up your name just so I can get a poem? Yeah. Yeah, and I have not. I've been good the past couple times. So I'm going to fuck it up, and then I'm going to correct myself just so I can eventually get a poem. So I don't want to give away too much, but me and the next open mic performer, who is maybe gonna close out the physical open mic portion of our evening. We might have a surprise later. We'll see. But regardless, I have a geographical appreciation. I'm not even saying it. I didn't say that. Geographical association with our next performer, and I'm totally fucking this name up just so she can comment on it. Welcome to the stage, Alika.
Do I just do this or here? I feel like, can I? I'm sorry, terrible. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here, is there any way we? Yeah. All right. Oh, that's fine. All right. That's right. Well, thank you for getting my name right. I always warn open mic hosts after the 3 times I appear and you do not get my name right, you will get a poem. So Trevor up in a comedy club up north of here, he got my name wrong so many times, so I had to say eventually, Trevor, 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 please don't mispronounce my name no more. Your dirty jokes leave us wanting more, but I know at heart you are a sweet man with soft and gooey core. And how did I know he was at heart sweet man with soft and gooey core? Well, because obviously he didn't do what normal people do when they meet someone new, which is, of course, invent a childish little, taunt or chant to remember their name by, right? A dirty little childish taunt or chant, right? So, for example, there's a fellow named Jerry who I met at that same club. And for him, I have, of course, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Some of your jokes about cum get a little scary. And if you ever meet him, you'll know because, well, I mean, I would say more than a little scary, but yes, some of his jokes about cum get at least a bit scary. Yes, it's true. It's true. Yes, but for me, I think the natural is, of course, licka, 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 Alika the titty licka. Yeah. It's what they used to call me back in school, grad school. But I did lick a lot of titties in public then, so I'm sure I deserved it. God, so in the comedy world, things are going great for me. I have now earned in the tens of dollars from tips and various engagements. It's been fantastic. Although it is true what everyone has been saying about me, I am trying to start a cult. That's why I wear a version of this shirt every day. But most days I am still the only member still, but you can be a member of my cult. We were voted the most economical cult and also best buys in cult, because instead of taking something away from you, we actually give you a lovely shirt and we have up to 3X in a rainbow of colors. We also have wherever you go with porpoise. You can choose a non-political shirt and still be in my cult. So yes, 12 each or 3 for 30. You can see me afterwards. And I do have sizes up to 5X in more limited colors. But yes, God, it's true. My cult dreams are not going well. And they've taken a dark turn recently because I often joked on stage that I was going to give my cult leadership to whoever bought 10 shirts first. And I went up to Cleveland and a man bought 10 shirts off of me in a bar. And I'm going to tell you what, he said he was a constitutional lawyer, but he could not spell beautiful when he wrote a creepy note to the bartender. So something tells me he may not have been a constitutional lawyer after all. I don't know, but he did not challenge the credit card purchase. So woohoo for me. But now he does not seem well, but I'm always a person of my word. So I'm going to have to give him the cult leadership, unfortunately. Yeah, well, Randall had told me, he made a joke that I guess I thought he said I almost sold enough shirts to be the leader of my own cult. And that made me really excited because I thought, oh my God, I thought I was almost at the point of breaking even. But it turned out the joke he made was actually that I'd almost collected enough signatures to be the leader of my own cult. And this is a disaster because I have not collected one single signature. I've been selling all these shirts and no one has signed anything. So I have no choice now but to give this constitutional lawyer who writes creepy notes to bartenders who cannot spell the word beautiful. He's the one who's going to lead it now. So I'm sorry about that, but it's still a great bargain in a t-shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. Stick around. You can get one from me. Yes. Well, the people of Cleveland have said beautiful, beautiful things about me. Yes, they have. They said, Ailica, when you came to this open mic and you saw the many, many, many bullet holes in the business next door, when you saw the many bullet holes in the business next door and you stayed anyway, we knew you were the right kind of crazy white lady for us, they said. They said I was the right kind of crazy white. Highest of high praise. High praise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, I've racked up the compliments. Another one I love very much is this. They said, Ailica, your weird, awkward presentation. Spot on, he said. Spot on. I said, oh my God, I've been working my whole life to perfect this weird, awkward presentation. That meant so much to me. But what meant the most of all was the highest praise a human being can ever receive. Listen here close, because I'm going to tell you what it is. I went to a lounge where young men, ages 18 to 24, they were paying to play video games. They were paying by the hour to sit in a lounge, smoke some weed, drink some, beverages, not alcohol, but to play video games. They did not have video game consoles in their own homes. And they turned off the video games. They turned around and laughed with me for almost 10 full minutes. Those men said that I was, I'm not going to say better than, but as good as video games. Yes. Yes. But thank you. That was the highest praise a human being could ever receive. But I do want to address something about all the jokes I've made about starting a cult. I don't know if you know this, but just real talk real quick. It's not okay to start a cult, right? Yeah, you're not a good person if you start a cult, right? It's not okay, right? I mean, they're just, look, yeah, no. I'm starting to feel in real life, look, if one more very kind young man hits on me, another man in his 20s hits on me, I'm going to feel like I really am trying to start a cult. It is not okay to start a cult. It's right. I've had a lifelong policy against cougering it down. I say cougering it up is okay, which means I will not creep on you if you're much younger than me. I'm not going to be creepy and hit on you, but if you hit on me, that's okay. But at a certain point, the gulf in ages is so large that it is automatically cougering it down no matter what. So if you're in your 20s, I'll finish up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wow. So you're not the only one with this problem. If these rumors follow more than me around, so yeah. But my point is, if you're in your 20s, that is too far down to cougar it for me, and is too far up for you to try to cougar it. I am flattered, though. A young man, he said, Ailica, you look no older than 31. What a tremendous compliment. Tremendous compliment. I would sleep with you, young man. You're very cute. I would sleep with you if I could, ethically sleep with you just to thank you for saying such a wonderfully kind thing about me. I would do it if I could, but I'm sorry. I have a policy against cougering it down at a certain point. Yes. No, I'm sorry, but at a certain point, I think if I'm old enough to be your mother, that's too much. It's too far down to cougar it. I appreciate the encouragement, but it's too far down to cougar it. So I was at a protest recently, and some man, he yelled at me, I hope the Mexicans come get you. And I said, naturally, will they take me to Mexico? I hope so too. Please let them take me to Mexico. But the truth is, okay, look, I grew up in Honduras, in part, like almost half my childhood there. And so some people think, okay, Ailica, why do you have so much, sympathy, empathy for undocumented immigrants? And some people think, oh, it's because, you grow up in Honduras, or maybe some people think it's just you respect the general humanity of people. Other people say, oh, it's because you grew up in Honduras, you did an enormous household economics research project, and you know that the people who come here are coming out of not the insane asylums, but the nursing academies. You know that they're good people and they're hardworking. It is neither of those things. It is because I myself know what it's like to commit immigration fraud to stay in a shithole country. Because I had to commit immigration fraud to stay in Mexico a long time ago, and I hope they'll let me back in after I tell this story. And yes, it's clear that the only countries in North America that are not shithole countries are, of course, Canada and Costa Rica. You can remember because they both begin with C's. It's clear. So yes, I, like the people who are here undocumented or who are on visas that have expired, yes, I lied to the Mexican state, and I did it. I'm ashamed to admit I did it by playing on Mexican stereotypes. The stereotype, of course, being that Mexicans love to talk about Mexico. It's true. They have it. It's it's internationally known. If you've ever been in Central America, this is we have stereotypes. There are stereotypes, and Mexicans, they love to talk about Mexico. So I had to have a credit card or a bank. Like I had to have a bank account with over $1,200 in it. My parents did not provide me with that, or a credit card. So I had basically no money, but I had an old BP card in my mother's name, and she has a different last name completely from me. So I just made a copy of that. I submitted it with my immigration paperwork, and I sweet talked the lady, and I told her how much I love Mexico, and I encouraged her to tell me more about Mexico, and I impressed her with how well I spoke Spanish, and then I just kept talking to her and hoped and prayed she did not look at that. Anyway, I'm sorry. That was the first time I've ever told that story in public. I appreciate you letting me tell it. But yes, I too have committed immigration fraud to stay in a shithole country. Although I don't like to classify Mexico that way today, they're making major improvements. They're out competing us. But back then, it was pre-PRI, party-controlled Mexico. It was a long time ago. Again, I'm a very old lady, as we've learned. Thank you very much for having me. I know it wasn't my finest performance, but I appreciate it. Thank you. Destroy the electronics on my way out.
That's all right. I'll send you a bill later. Everybody keep it going for Alika. We did have a last minute entry from our amateur. You're not a professional, are you, Drea? You're not a ringer, are you? I mean, if you are a ringer, that's sweet. But if not, let's give it up for our last open mic performer. I mean, that's fine. Nope, it's right here. Well, Drea.
I already fucked up.
No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, not really. I don't know. I just kind of tell a story. What is funny? I mean, like, you tell me what is funny. Okay. So okay. Oh God, so many perfects. Oh my goodness. Okay, so okay, so I guess I was, oh my God, I was getting fucked. That was crazy. And then I got fucked too hard. The dick came out, and I was like, Jesus Christ, why? And then I actually give it up to this man right here who made the dick come back out. Trace, please, you're in the crowd. Anyway, so he was like trying to crack my back while we were fucking. And I was like, why are you cracking my back while we're fucking? And he was like, well, I thought that it would make you feel better. And I'm like, well, your dick just came out. And now I'm like confused. What do I do after this? What do you do after this? Can anybody tell me? I mean, do I, or do I feel confused? What is the feeling after a dick comes out when you get it pushed out? Okay, let me okay. I've never done this, so I don't even know to give a fuck to do this or not. Okay, let's touch really fucked up topics. Okay, for one, ooh. Yeah, I can't do that because
Yeah, I was gonna say just
yeah, we have to be us. Oh, we're getting drafted.
live streaming.
Are we getting drafted? Oh my goodness, I'm live. Oh my goodness, what the fuck? No, I do not want to be part of this. No, no.
There's 3 people watching. You're good.
What if the FBI is looking for me? I mean, at this point, I'm a little brown. Things are gonna be a little weird. The eye, hey. We're gonna have eyes show up, and shit's gonna be fucking weird.
I like hot tea. Just saying.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so like I said, I've never done this, but I'm in the mood. Why not? Okay, let's talk something crazy. Hmm. Okay, so one time, yeah, I can't even think about shit like this. How does this even come up for people that are funny? If you're not funny, how are you funny?
I tell stories about my life.
Oh my goodness, my life is so fucked up. But what if like I'm actually like on the run and then I have to like allegedly. Okay, so fine. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I really don't have any funny. Okay, I'll tell a story. Oh shit. Okay. There was. This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. Trace, can you please come up here and help me tell this story?
Yeah.
Thank you. What story are we telling?
I don't give a fuck. Whatever fucking story it is.
Tell him the Serenity story about the.
I did. I said your dick came out.
That was a different. You didn't tell about the Serenity part, did you? About when she said.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Apparently nowadays, saying crack is saying fucked. So I guess yes.
Crack means fuck now.
Crack means fuck now. So we're gonna go around and listen to this fucking TikTok, fucking Instagram, Snapchat, fucking bullshit, and we're just like, oh, you got cracked, you got fucked. So don't get fucking cracked because you got fucked. Okay, so long story short, I was cracking my daughter. I was cracking my daughter's back, and I was like, oh. Serenity, it's my turn now. And she was like, okay. I was like, please crack mommy's back because Trace cracked me so hard I almost shit myself. And apparently, and he was like, no, your mom did not get cracked by me. And apparently, she was like, Mom, I better fucking hope you did not get cracked by this man. Apparently, I did 50 times over. And he was like, Drea, stop. And I was like, no, I definitely got cracked as fucked. So yeah, my back didn't get cracked, but I got fucked. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you for that.
All right. Turn out the lights. The party's over. All right, so I got word from my buddy that he's not able to make it. He has other obligations this evening. So we're going to try the live stream interview or remote comedy set next week. So stay tuned. Well, I guess not stay tuned because we're about to wrap things up. By the way, Michael, are you available to hit this button when I say to? So we're going to wrap everything everything up, I would like to say a big thank you to Leaving Lizard here in Hilliard, Ohio. Come check us out. Sign up for the open mic. Next week, we might have an interesting competition on our hands. Stay tuned for more details on that. But without further ado, we're going to sign off for the evening. And we will see you next week from Phygital Nights. We good? It's not planned.
What up, everybody? Let's go! Flipping through the packs, chasing down that 101, yeah. Searching for the grail till the morning sun comes. Buster! Hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. We hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. Whoa!